Hello there, and welcome back to another Star Wars Acolyte review. So this week is episode 6. We've only got 2 episodes left after this, and this episode was called Teach/Corrupt. So, I'm not going to do any spoiler-free review on this week again. I'm just going to go straight into the spoilers. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want any spoilers, then please do pause the video, go off, watch it, and please do come back so we can have a chat then about it. But I am going to go straight into spoileries. So please pause the video here if you don't want any spoilers. But yes, right then. So the episode is called Teach and Corrupt. There wasn't a lot of teaching going on. There was possibly attempts at corrupting going on. So I think the episode title was a little bit off, really. If we had some answers, then maybe it could possibly be more about teaching and corrupting on there. So it's like we did have Camilla, or the Stranger, going a little bit off on trying to persuade Osha a few things. And it's like, I think next week we're going to have Saul trying to do the same with May, because he knows now that that's not Osha, it's May. So I did think that this was going to be a flashbacky episode, but it didn't go there. It was after every like massive big battle episode, you usually get these lull ones, and this was lull, so this was probably one of the weakest ones for me, but I can understand why it's done this episode. So it's like, it wasn't all like oh, that was an awful episode, because it needs for you to calm down after all the wows of last week and whoa, okay. It needs you to earth yourself, to rebalance yourself really from it. It's just like in like Games of Thrones, whenever they do like the Red Wedding and stuff like that, the next episode is more of a reactionary to what it was. And this was exactly like that. We saw Saul have a little bit of emotion in there. He was upset, maybe possibly even angry there. So the Jedi do have these feelings. It's like you can't not connect with your Padawans and things, really. So, and I think that's a human trait they're trying to show in the Jedi here, because some of the other, the older species and things, they seem to be able to cut off their emotions and things like that. But with humans, we do seem to care more, more compassionate. So yeah, it's like, it's quite interesting that I was to see that side of him. Again, they just alluded, they're dangling this what really happened on a short string in front of us, and we're like, just tell us already now. I am done. Because it's been practically every episode they've gone like, oh, what actually happened? What actually happened? You gonna tell me? Oh yeah, I gotta tell you. But it's like, it's just alluding at it now. So I hope they're not gonna do the same next week. Now, I really hope not, with the like 7th episode, because I do think next week is still going to be this story episode where we're learning about things, gearing up for the final battle, and then the last episode will be about 2/3 of battle, and then a third of like finding out everything, or like concluding everything. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah, it's like this episode, it's like you did have him. Let's just talk about the Saul and May bits first. So he didn't realize it was May, first of all. That's probably because he's grieving. He's lost his Padawan, he's lost his friends, and everything like that. So and it was a surprise to be attacked by a Sith. So I think that's why he didn't come right outright be like, oh, you're not Osha. Obviously the little thing Basil Faulty, knew full well that was May. That's why he attacked her, and Pip attacked her. But then Pip May factory reset Pip. I thought, I was like, oh, okay, I'm hoping that Osha can revert that, but he's been factory reset. Everyone knows if you factory reset your phone and stuff, you lose everything. So that's quite interesting that they did that, really. Yeah, I'm a bit sad. It's like, I hope Pip can come back, even though we can't understand what he's saying. But no, I thought that was interesting there. And then, like, it gave them the evil eyes, as Andrew on Dcast says. It's like, whenever animals are evil, Disney gives them red eyes. And obviously, when C-3PO in the last... not The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. Is it Rise of Skywalker? I can't remember the name. The last movie. I do apologise, my brain is mush at the moment. But yeah, when they plugged in C-3PO into the Sith holocron, or I can't remember, it's been a while since I watched it, the Wayfinder thing, and they activated his Sith protocols in there, and this thing, he turned red eyes, so yeah, that possibly is a thing for villains in robotic form in the Star Wars universe. So yes, we got that. What I don't understand is why he asked for a rescue party. So they sent, like, what was it, 8 or something like that, Jedi, and they were like, oh, we're sending a rescue party, and they said 4. It's all hush hush under the table. So so we got Venestra, and it's like, something's off about her, really. I think Venestra could be Camille's master, and that's why she's very close to this. She, like, stabbed him in the back, well, literally, as you've seen in the episode. Well, we didn't see it that episode, but he says that his master attacked him. So I think possibly it could be Venestra. And she's worried now that he's going to bring a lot of things to light about her, because she's not High Council, she's just this little council. And I just found it a little bit strange, really, with all that, with her, and the fact that, like, the new Padawan was, like, saying, oh, you get awfully nauseous. It's like, I don't get sick. It's like, I just don't like it. It's like, okay, which is a bit weird. And then why did Saul just hyperspace out there before they came back? And that's after he realized that May, and that Osha was May, and that's only because she's asking some questions that Osha would never have asked, and he's come to his senses a bit by there. So he's saying he's got things he wants to say to her after 16 years. So it's like, oh, okay, what's going on by there then? That's quite interesting. That is a bit of tension. He's been reeling on this for a while. So is it going to be him pleading to her and, like, opening up and confessing, or is it him, like, going, you murdered everyone, blah 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 blah? Interesting. Who knows? And another thing is that he didn't want, probably the reason why he hyperspace out there is because he didn't want the Jedi capturing her now before he could actually have a chat with her. He's got this opportunity just to do that. But he said he's not going to hurt her, so it's, like, weird. So I think this has now, it's been brewing, but I think we're going to learn from Saul what actually happened, or his version of it, anyway. But I also think that Kumeya is going to give his version of what happened to their family and things. Or maybe he wasn't there at all, and I was wrong with the fact that he went and killed everyone. Maybe the Jedi did go and kill them. So who knows? Maybe Venestra give them the order to kill the cull the coven, and then they did. But, well, maybe Saul didn't. Maybe the rest of them did. And Saul was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm here to train Jedi, the children, into become Jedi. So maybe that's what it is, and he's had to live with the silence of it all. So yeah, so let's go to Camille and Osha now. So she woke up in the bed and things like, so bandaged up and stuff. And what I found was really interesting with this is when she come out of the cave, and she went, like the first scene when you see it coming out of the cave, and when you got these railings and stuff, I thought that was a really nice attention to detail. It's like I was watching it, and I was just looking at that, the attention to detail, but the rest, like the wiped away paint and things like that. And it's like, that's really nice. It's like, that is a nice, again, little attention to detail, like the bridge in 2 episodes ago. I know that's just a really weird thing to look at, but I do like looking at these little fine details on there. And like that camp was like very reminiscent of most Jedi games and Galaxy's Edge and things like that, where they've put in these metal structures into caves and stuff to be more futuristic-y things. I like that. I like that nice little detail there. Cute little rock things, and I was like, when Osha came walked past them, they stopped to make it look like they're rocks. I thought that was quite cute. Don't know what the relevance of them were, but there we go. So I thought we were about to have a butt shot in there of Camille, but they cut away. So it was a bit interesting there. We knew that he was going to talk his way out of it, but he's not as, because like with May, he's like, I am this Sith Lord, you will do as I say or I'll kill you, blah, blah, blah. But with Osha, he's a bit more softer. He's like, I'm going to tell you the truth and blah, blah, blah. Now, whether that is because of, with May, he brought her up from the start and she never saw his face, but Osha has seen his face. And she has to do a different tact with her. Who knows? Who knows? Possibly that is it on here, because he does seem like 2 different characters with the mask on and off, which that's why people wear masks, is to change who they are. And on that, with the mask, they said it wasn't Beskar, it was a different metal. I didn't quite catch it, so if you got it, pop it down in the comments down below. And it dulls your senses, so your vision, your hearing, your smells and your tastes. So it's kind of like in Star Wars A New Hope, when you had that blast visor down and he was, Obi-Wan was training Luke with the remote droid. This is very similar to that kind of helmet and kind of understanding, where you remove all your senses, so you are tuned into the Force. You allow the Force to use your body to do things. And it's quite interesting that when you put it on and you see through the thing, and it's very small, that you can barely see anything. So even more in that battle, he was blind, deaf and everything, really, like, so he had to he was using the Force even more to do that combat. And we have seen it before in quite a lot of the games. They have in Force Unleashed, in Knights of the Old Republic, they have blind people who will see through the Force. I think even in Star Wars Rebels, I think they've got he sees through the Force there. Yeah, he does, yeah. So it's not uncommon that you can see through the Force there. So that was a nice little touch. There still looks a little bit like Starkiller's helmet. Not totally, but does a little bit. So look, what else can I talk about there? So he's not forcing her to do anything. He even says like, oh, there's the ship, go for it. Now, whether if she went for the ship, whether he'd let her leave is another thing, because that it could be a part of this corruption and trying to lure her into it. I don't think she's that keen to learn the things, but obviously when she realized she has got a lot of anger in her, she was a little bit more susceptible to it. So I think we might see her turn a little, but then when she sees Saul, she might get angry and like attack him, but then see like fear in his eyes or something, and then realize, no, this isn't the way, I'm a Jedi, blah, 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 even though she's not. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on this episode. It's like, it's a lot of story and things, and it's like, it's not that I dislike this episode, it was just a very lull one, and I know why they do it, but it is like, you're up here and then whoomp, you're on the thing, and you're like, oh, it slows it right down. But that's fine, I understand why they have to do it. And it's, yeah, it is what it is. So I just think this episode was my favourite, but I can see why it carries on. So yeah, so I don't think I can say much more about this episode, really. No, that's pretty much it. I want to know your opinions on the episode. Please do let it down. Let me know your theories about everything as well. Oh, that was another thing. Kamia said that he's very old. So is that him just saying that, or is he actually very old? Has he found a way to prolong his life? Is he actually Darth Plagueis? We don't know. It's like, I don't think he's going to die in this, because he wants the power of two. So a master and an apprentice. He wants that. That's what he wanted from May. So is he gonna be the person that's gonna train Palpatine? Because, like, yes, we're 100 years away, but if he can prolong his life, then maybe he is going to be Darth Plagueis, and then teaches Palpatine, and Palpatine murders him. So yeah, interesting thoughts. And I want to know your thoughts. Please do pop a comment down below and click that subscribe button, and please do give it a like. It really does help us out. And also, if you fancy, then click on the join button. We've got quite a few announcements coming out towards the end of this month. Really exciting, really exciting. There's a bit of a change coming, and also some great trip announcements coming up, so make sure to subscribe for those. But yeah, I shall see you next time, guys. So long.